We are up and running. I'm good to go.
All right, so we are good to go. So at the 4.5 minute mark is when I'll probably edit it out. Okay, so this I'll let Mike do the introduction actually, since this was his brainchild idea.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the first podcast of Blasphemy Games and Thunder Ronin. First podcast. Something we're starting. And just kind of give an idea about, what we're doing, why we're doing what we do, all that jazz. That wasn't a very good intro, I know. I'll work on it.
Yeah, you're good. He
But, and go ahead there, Blash. Introduce
I was just
yourself.
gonna say he well, I'm obviously Blasphemy Games. Anytime during this stream you want to see uh any of the links to our Facebook page. We're gonna do. I think we're gonna do the podcast on Twitch weekly, once weekly, I think, and then upload it to our YouTubes as well, just to increase our reach. Um, this is more of a. I feel like it's more of a brainchild idea from Mike, but like a lot of times when we're streaming together, we get off on these tangents, and there's a lot of times we don't have time to talk about it right then and there for one reason or another. So this kind of gives us a an arena once a week to talk about things that we're interested in, or maybe the community is interested in, but it gives us a time where we're not playing games and focusing to talk to you guys directly.
And just kind of get out there, information, some misinformation maybe out there. Try to help people out that are just starting out as well, because I don't know how many times I'm playing and I get random people that started streaming and just ask, you know, some of the simplest thing you can look up. I mean, you know, just just something to help you guys if you watch it, and to help you before you hit that go live, because you hit that go live so easy. But there's a lot more to do it before you even hit that, to me. And my biggest pet peeve is when you come in and ask somebody the most basic question that you can just Google and it takes you like 2 seconds to find. You come and ask somebody,
Right.
and I am nobody. I am no big guy. I just have fun doing this. I learned how to do it. Thought it was interesting. Met, Blast here and a couple others that I enjoy playing with. But this is just something to get some information out. Hopefully, help you guys, because I know a lot of people talk about what you should, to help you grow. This is what you should do before you hit the go live on a lot of this. For me, anyways.
And we're by no means experts.
No.
Obviously, we're still learning and we're still evolving, but this, at least this first week's podcast, we wanted to be about like a lot of, like Mike said, a lot of people are like, where do I start? Like, so it's important. Some people will just be like, oh, well, I can download the Twitch app on my phone and I can just record whatever I'm doing at the time, and to a certain extent that might be fine, but there's more to it, like because uh and like we're gonna get into, but like if somebody stumbles across your page and you just look like you're fumbling all over yourself, there's a good chance they're not gonna stick around.
Right.
They want people, and aesthetics is just as important as etiquette. So there's a lot that go into that, and uh just about a little bit about how long I've been streaming on and off for a couple of years. I didn't start getting like buckled down to a schedule and being, which we'll go over also, but and until what 8 9 months ago, uh, I just tried to get down to a schedule that where I was more consistent with what I was doing, and took more care in my quality of what I wanted. And since like since then I've met Mike and some other streamers. Of course, I'm not like a big uh community streamer type of guy. I'm not like going out there and trying to make connections with 100 streamers or whatever. And I kind of keep my circle a little bit small, but we'll get into that too.
Yeah.
I'll let Mike introduce his streaming career.
There you go. Yeah, I've been going probably, roughly maybe 6 months. I don't know exactly when I started, but going on 6 months, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster on some things. The biggest thing for me is I took probably 3 months just researching and learning how to do all this before I won't lie. I did hit that go live to share on PS4. That's when I my first streams were just sharing on PS4, no camera, and just playing the game. I really couldn't see any chats, any of that like that. So then plus I was also trying to figure out, how to get discovered and all this, but that's a little bit later on down the road. We'll talk about that. But like I said, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. You meet certain people throughout this, and you got to watch, how much investment you go into certain things. Like me and JJ here, we've gotten, pretty close. Good friends that I consider. We got Snapchats. We're talking pretty much almost every day. If it is goofy stuff, it's goofy stuff. But we're constantly back and forth. Ideas like this here, I come up with this. Asked me if he wanted to do it with me because I was going to do it by myself. But I engage more with people when I got somebody with me. I have more fun that way. Ideas get bounced around a little better. It can be formatted a little different, stuff like that. Because I'm a decent talker, but I'm not the greatest. But so that's just a little bit of my story. Right. PS4 about 6 months ago, and learned a lot since then about what you should do and what you shouldn't do to make it look more professional. You don't got to spend a lot of money. I probably spent more money than I should have and I bought a lot of things. Luckily, I could return some of it. But I'm stuck with some things. But I digress. It's life. You learn.
All right. So, you want me to just start us out here and we can just jump in on each other's.
Yeah.
Riff off of each other, kind of soundboard off each other. Okay. So. When you're starting out, where do you start? That's like everybody's like, where do you start? How do you start? What do I need? Like, and there's a lot of misconceptions around it. Obviously, like some people think you need like a $5,000 PC to start, or But I know a viewer he's a viewer for both me and Mikey. He streams sometimes. He streams off of like an iPad or something. Really, I mean. Really small time. You know who you are. Don't even front. But and you can do it from that. That's not bad. But if you want to do it as like a hobby and you're just like, but you get what you put in is what I'm trying to say. Like,
oh yeah.
So if you're streaming on iPad, for instance, your quality is going to be obviously not as good as if you're streaming on a higher end rig, PC. So it all depends on what you want to get out of it. I used to stream on a very, very low end PC, and I always knew I wanted to stream more often and more frequently. But PC I had, it was like I was getting really bad frame rates and bit rates, and I couldn't. The stream looked laggy and choppy and blocky, and so starting out, and even on there's gonna be some upfront costs, even if you're on a console. Yes, you can stream directly from the console, but it's not gonna be as good quality as if like you get a $150 capture card for that.
And here's one thing you really gotta learn: to Streamlabs takes nothing. You can do it off of just a standard laptop with a capture card and a console. That's all you need, and your monitor. Some people use their phones to check for chat, but let me tell you, because right now I got my CPU, what my Streamlabs is using, it's using 9%. And I got three monitors running. We're connected to Discord and all that stuff. So when it comes down to it, if you just want to go for console to start out and get you a capture card, get you just a cheap, $200 laptop, it'll work. You don't need anything fancy. Now, if you get more involved into it and really want to get into it, and you want to get away from the console, you got to invest. My computer that I'm running on now that I play and stream on both at the same time is nothing really that special. It's got a Ryzen 5 1600 and it's got a 2060. And it still does. It does good. I'm not maxing out my frame rate and everything in every game I play. I got to lower it down a little bit, but I'm not getting lag or anything like that. So research first hard about what to buy, because kind of went a little overboard on a lot of things, and I bought, and luckily I could return a lot of stuff. Some $500-600 items that I didn't need, but
Now, what type of items did you get that you didn't need? Just since we're on the topic,
see
that you did.
because when I was first streaming, I was straight on the console, and I had the computer with the Elgato, and I wanted the Go XLR came out, an XLR microphone, sounds awesome, everything like that. But before I started switching over to PC, the Go XLR really don't work good with a console that much. It's so hard, so many different wires. You can't you lose things. You lose your game chat and your audio chat and all this stuff. So instead of keep messing with it after buying multiple wire adapters and stuff like that, time is said and done, I probably spent about $700 on the thing, not counting the mic and everything. So luckily, the Go XLR, it's a good piece of equipment if you really got to know how to set it up. It's kind of layman's, but you got to know a little bit more. But since if I go back to the computer, if I didn't buy this Wave 3, Elgato that's already got the digital soundboard, I probably would go back to it because you can mute Discord, you can mute game chat, you can mute the. It's got different settings that you can control your stream a lot better. But you got to think that's still $500-600, and plus you go your XLR microphone that could be, and I bought the blue and blue sapphire, blue amber. That thing was $200 by itself. I couldn't return that. I'm stuck with that, so I may get something for an XLR. If we start doing more of this, more podcast stuff like that, I may set it up a little better because it's got a better sound than a USB mic. But some things you get stuck with, some things you don't. I didn't get stuck with the Go XLR. I was able to return it, which was a good thing because that was, like I said, it was coming up to about $600 all said and done. And then when you're starting out, you don't need it. You really don't.
And what I'm putting on the screen now is what I upgraded to start my scheduled streaming career. So that started about a year ago, but I didn't actually get the schedule down until about 9 months ago. And I went with, it was right when the RTX series of cards were coming out. I went with the Asus ROG 70, excuse me, Z370 motherboard with the i7 8700K processor. I only went with the 16 gigabytes of RAM because I figure I can upgrade more when I need it. The Corsair 750 power supply. I did an NVIDIA RTX 2080 graphics card, which now are more expensive now than they were at release. At release, they were only like 700. Now you can't find one under 1,000.
I know. That ain't even a TI.
Yeah, that's not even a TI. That's just the 2080s over $1,000. So I'd say I got pretty lucky on that because at release they were much cheaper. But my theory on that is that with in the gaming industry, everybody has to work from home. People are upgrading their PCs because they're not as home PCs not as powerful as their work PCs, right?
Yeah.
So they have to they got to upgrade to keep up.
You may have to bleep that out because we can't say that on the YouTubes.
Can't say what?
On the C YouTubes. Word. Yep. They're taking videos down for that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so we gotta.
It's a weird line to. It's a weird line to draw, I suppose.
I'm just going by what I've been seeing, brother.
It's their line to draw.
It is.
Draw it. I got it came with just a small 255 gigabyte SSD drive. Now, when it comes to like hard drive space, you don't need a lot. You just need what you're gonna need for your video games, whatever your games are gonna. And of course, you want to do SSD over HDD because SSD is it holds those files faster for you.
Oh yeah.
So you don't get stuttering and staggering. I also got an M.2 drive. Won't bore you guys with that. And everything else is just like basically the fans and stuff. So I went higher end with the CPU and the GPU because I knew I'd be doing video editing and things like that, which is why I went with an Intel chip instead of an AMD chip. But that's all, and that's just what I did because what I had before that was it was archaic, and I wanted to do something. And I knew what I wanted, so I invested a little bit of money, and Mike subscribed for 6 months. But there's that. But
And as you see
Anyway,
behind me, the cluttered shelf here, I am in the middle of building a PC for the very first time. So don't be scared to try it. So I'm gonna be
well,
updated
do be a
majorly.
little bit scared because I wouldn't just go in. Mike's worked with the electronics and stuff kind of for a while now in his life,
Yeah.
so he's got a rough idea what he's doing. He's not just going into it blind and crazy.
And I also got some
So,
people like JJ here to, if I need help, he's pretty knowledgeable.
well, somewhat, anyways.
You got more
Um,
knowledge than I do.
so
So
yeah, starting out, you don't need the highest end stuff, and if you're just doing it as a hobby, you just got to understand that there's it's
and
going to show that you're just doing it as a hobby as
right,
well. But if you want to save some money and then invest in a nicer PC, a nicer setup, that's also going to shine through and show too.
and here's
But you
a
don't need a fortune to start out.
nope. Little mic here, little Blue Yeti Mini. This is a good mic to start. It's not that expensive, but it's got good quality. It's got the mute, so that's a good mic to start out with if you're starting out on a budget. Or the Blue Snowball. I didn't go with the Snowball because I couldn't find the mute. This one actually I can mute the stream, so if somebody comes in or I need to go do something, I ain't got to worry about it. So, sorry I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
And
So I was going to move on. Go ahead.
I gotta say, and don't worry about a camera right now. If you're starting out, the camera is the last thing you really got to worry about because there's people that stream to thousands of people that don't got cameras. It's how you
Yes,
act. It's how.
but
Yeah.
people also like to have that camera because it builds a connection, and cameras aren't expensive.
No.
I mean, well, okay, if you're streaming on the PC, super cheap, and
yeah.
actually, one of the best cameras on the market right now for streaming is not the HD Pro. It's a Logitech C920. It's a very cheap webcam. It goes as low as $20. Logitech C920. Very budget, but gives some of the best quality when streaming. There's other versions of it out now that are like HD Pro and stuff, which are $150, $160. But just the C920 by itself is a very good camera. We'll just start like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I had that, and then Bonnie got me my Razer Kio. I kind of like it because it's got a ring light on it, so like as far as like lighting goes, it gives me a little bit of extra lighting.
Yeah.
And it's got a pretty good picture to it. The C920 though, very little edit. Like with the Kio, there was some setting up I had to do, and and I had to change settings to get it right. With the with the C920, it was basically plug and play, plug it in, and it just worked.
Oh yeah.
And it was good quality, and there's nothing to it. Very idiot proof.
Yep. So I'm running a Logitech C922, and it's pretty good. But like I said, I had the PlayStation camera. I didn't use it much, but I did use it. So there's ways around it, but I don't. It's just, and it just depends on like I said, if you're on a budget, the camera is. I wouldn't worry about the camera. I'd worry about getting a capture card if you're on console. Get you a decent computer, and get you a nice mic, a good mic that's going to have some good quality, like the Blue Line, the Yeti and the Snowball. They're pretty good and low budget USB mics.
Right. And now that we've kind of gone over like the starting out, like we said, there's going to be some upfront costs no matter what, but like, of course, that cost depends on what you want to put into it. Like, where do you go now? Like, let's say you're going to stream on a PC, you already got a decent PC or a console, and you got the capture card. Like, where do you go now? Like, there's so many streaming platforms, right?
Oh,
you
yeah.
got Facebook, you got YouTube, you got Twitch, and like,
There's actually
which one is going to be?
There's one
Another
that's
one?
coming out, Trovo.
Trovo.
It's a Chinese company, a multi-billion-dollar Chinese company's starting it up because Twitch is banned in China, and this is what and it's going to
Censorship.
and it's going to be. Right now, they're leaning more towards mobile games, but it is a new platform coming up that I've actually seen people on there starting out. I've
It
checked
seems like
it out.
a Eastern market thing because
Yeah.
they're focusing solely on like more on mobile games, then yeah, it's definitely made for the Eastern market.
Yeah, because it's
And like you
big
said,
over there.
in China, so they can control what's on there. And China is very known for their strong censorship.
Right.
And so,
So, I mean,
I know Mike's mentioning it, but I probably wouldn't go with that.
right. I
That
did
was
already,
super.
I did, clinch my name on it, but I probably never stream there. But I do have a domain over there. So, but there's so many different ones. I
Right.
started out on Twitch, and my biggest thing is trying to get that affiliate. Man, what do I do? And doing that, you
Yeah.
learn a lot because you know you learn that
And
Twitch is not a really favorable place when it comes to you get your affiliate. Then what? You did all the
here's the
fault.
thing with
Oh, go ahead, brother.
here's the thing with figuring out where you're going to start. Uh, so each platform has their own system setup. Let's say Facebook has their uh, level up program, which is the same as Twitch's affiliate program, which is the same as Facebook doesn't have its system. It's just like you if you stream there, you're just going to get that subscriber number up. So then when you do post videos, you can start getting revenue, right?
Right.
Because you need something like 1,000 subscribers, and it also helps you get those 4,000 minutes of watched
Yeah,
time
watch
on
time,
your
and
because
somebody just got to come in just for
YouTube.
1 minute. It ain't like Twitch where you need your 3 average views, and can take you months to get if you only get one person in every night. Facebook, somebody pops in for 1 minute, and all it takes, and it counts as a minute viewed. So it's a little easier over there. When you first get into the Level Up program, it's super easy. You get 100 followers, then you get just your watch time. Then you can apply for the Level Up. Then you can start getting stars, and it's like the Twitch currency bits. And a lot of people don't get that subscriber button, but man, people come in and just drop stars, and you can make a couple hundred in a month.
Well, but what thing is, and we're not trying to sound disparaging towards Twitch or
No, no,
one
no.
way or the other, but the way it is like in Facebook, it doesn't. You don't necessarily need minutes watched. You need their thing is you need the followers,
Mm-hmm.
100, right? You
Yep.
need hours streamed
Yep.
and can X amount of days within the last 7 streamed. So it's
Right.
like 4 hours streamed, 100 followers, and then 2 days within the last 7 that you went live.
Yep. And you
If
can
you don't
apply
meet those
for.
requirements, but the downside of that is if you're in the level up program this week and the next week you don't do anything, then you're out of the level up program and you have
Yep.
to redo. I mean, you still got your 100 followers, but you still have to do at least those 2 streams at 4 hours apiece, or whatever it is,
Yeah.
or 2 hours each stream at 2. Anyway, so like with Facebook, you can be moved out of the level up program, and then that next week you can't get stars or whatever
Right.
until you. So like
And
it
that's where
incentivizes you to stay on that consistent grind. What Twitch is, once you hit your 50 followers and
your 3 average
your
views.
time and your 3 average views and your time streamed, you're there for good. You're never
Yep.
going to fall out of the affiliate program as of right now. I don't know when you're watching this video or this rerun, but as of right now, you're in there for good.
Yep.
The problem with that is Facebook in my opinion, like we both started on Twitch, so don't think we're dogging on Twitch.
No, 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 no.
But with Facebook, you got it where you can. It's a very easy click the share button, and you can share your stream to any number of pages you're a part of, or your own personal page, or send
Oh
it
yeah.
to your friends in Messenger. Like it's a very easy get your name out there platform. Whereas Twitch, it's like there's no share button.
No.
Like, and if you do go to share, you got to like it's a roundabout. Like people got to copy your link, they got to post it to their Twitter. Like with Facebook, it's just like a one click sort of thing, and it's done. And
Yeah, there's so many
it makes it
different
easy for.
game pages over there. Like if you play Fortnite, there's Fortnite streamer. I was like, so somebody can come in and do a big share bomb and share your stream out to 15 people within a minute.
And also with Facebook, you got where when you're done streaming, okay, like so with Twitch, you have to know a streamer you want to raid. You got to know their channel name and everything. So when you're done, you got to type in /raid channel name.
Right.
Facebook, when you're in your live dashboard, and you're about to end stream, it'll give you a list of streamers playing the same thing you're playing
Yep.
on Facebook Gaming, and you can just pick one of them and raid their channel with your viewers. And it just so not dogging Twitch if that's what you're comfortable with. By all means, do it. But Facebook's, I feel, is going to give you, starting out, at least for that matter, more exposure. It's easier to get yourself out there, get your name, get your brand, get it all out there so that people can then, recognize you. So like if I share it to my page and two people on my page say, "Oh, I'm going to share it on my page." Well, now all their 200 friends or whatever see it. And
Yep.
then,
Oh yeah.
it's
more,
Facebook's already set up as a social network to like make that very convenient.
and I've watched people done the statistics on the growth for streamers in the last year. Facebook has been growing a lot more because there's less people on it right now. So as Twitch is being stagnant and kind of being leveled off, so when you're starting out, you're not growing unless you've met people and they leave you up and lurk. As on other platforms, maybe YouTube's even growing. It's kind of it's stagnant for a while, but it's starting to climb a little more because a lot of people are kind of getting away from the Twitch platform because they're not getting any. You're not getting any interaction, and the whole reason to do this, is to interact with you guys. You guys coming in, we're just trying to have fun. You guys chat, try to be entertaining, goofy, and have some decent gameplay. And it's not always about the gameplay. It's just interaction. The interaction with you guys coming in and chatting, I love it. We come in, ask how your day was, all this stuff. Facebook, you get more interaction that way because more people already got the Facebook app and they're already on it. They don't got to create a separate Twitch, profile to come and watch you. Then maybe some of your friends won't do it because they don't want to go do the hassle. Even though it's free, they may not want to do it.
Right. Yeah. And thing with Twitch is like Mike said, people have to go out of the way to get to it, right? And people are kind of getting to where they're done with that style of streaming. Like for years, it was only Twitch. That's literally it was your only option. And now there's these other platforms that and Twitch is out of the way. It's its own entity. It's its own individual website. Whereas you got YouTube and Facebook, which are in it, but then the streaming aspect of it is a secondary offshoot of the main website. So this main website is like video. You're already on YouTube looking up videos anyways, and then this stream pops up in your recommended videos. So you click it because you're already on YouTube. You didn't have to go out of your way to get to it. Same with Facebook. You're scrolling through your feed. You see, hey, my friend Mike's streaming. Cool. I'll see what he's up to. And then it just grows from there. You don't have to like go to this offsite. And with Twitch, you go to the site and like if you're not a partner, your stream's kind of low on the stream until you get viewers into your stream. And then, but even like it's a whole thing, and it just. For the bigger streamers, it might be better because, yeah, they got the numbers to get noticed on that platform. Because platform that's dedicated straight to streaming.
Right.
But at the same time, it's not doing anybody any favor,
Because the way Twitch works, the more viewers you got, the higher on the kill you are. So if you like playing Fortnite and want to stream Fortnite and you get 0 to 1 views, guess what? Somebody's gonna have to shirt 20 pages just to find you, and you may never find you. YouTube and Facebook are a little different. How the algorithm works, it ain't go by. It just, it's there. They don't go by. Oh, you got 20,000 people watching, then you're gonna be top of the list. It don't work like that. The algorithm's a little different over there. As a Twitch, you got 20,000 views, you're gonna be high up there. You got 100,000 views, you're gonna be up there. You got 1 view, you're going to be 20 pages down. And
right.
it's
and that's another thing. When you're starting out, even if it doesn't look, I've been through the gauntlet with it. I'm sure Mike has too, where you have no viewers, or the only people viewing is like I've had my own stream up on my phone. I've had Bonnie have it on her phone. I've had it on her laptop, and I'm the only viewers. And there's no viewers, but you still want to play like be streaming like you have viewers that aren't you because when somebody pops into your stream and they see 3 viewers, they don't know that that's just you viewing. For all they know, that's actual people.
Right.
But you always never want to just be like dead, like, and sometimes we all still do it, right? We get too focused on a game or something, and we don't say anything for a long time, and then we realize, oh, that's like, gotta say something. So even when you're starting out, if you got friends and family that'll just leave that on in the background, that's perfect. Like, because it adds more numbers, and people are more likely to watch a stream that has 3, 4, 5, 6 people,
right,
watching than if there's like I've had times where I've had nobody, and then I'll get like 5 people in my stream, and once those 5 people come in, now I got 12 people, and I got 13, 15, 16. Like the number keeps going up because people come in, and then it just keeps growing like that. Like I by no means am a big streamer. I think the most I've ever had was like 30 something at one time, and that was like
10.
Exciting for me. But like you know what I'm saying, that was like a big deal for me. That not an everyday thing either.
No,
not even close to an everyday thing.
But
it's all about keeping the numbers up to a certain extent, and be yourself. I'm gonna get into that a little bit more here in a bit, because I know there's a lot more we gotta discuss before we get to that.
But before we switch though, I'm gonna say some positive about Twitch, since we're not seem like we're bashing the whole system. Twitch does have its good parts. Biggest thing is you got emotes over here. People can do. You can make your custom emotes. We can pop up. If you subscribe, you get 1 free one. But if you sub, you get that sub badge. You got all the emotes you can unlock. So when something happens, you can just play around with it. You got the channel points. So you can have the streamer do custom things like custom drops. You want them to drop here. You have a chat bot more than anything. Yeah, like Blast just did in chat. You got a chat bot, with all the different, your social media always pops up about every 15 minutes or every 5 lines or something like that. But Facebook don't got that yet. I don't know if they ever will. But so, if you're doing like a giveaway, you got to kind of type it in and pin it over there. Here I can create a, and it pops up about every 5 minutes that, Blast Me Games, Thunder Ronin are doing a massive giveaway like we've done before. We've done a couple times here. And we've always had that, so people come in, and if they're lurking, they don't have to listen. They can actually just read the chat, and it scrolls itself. See, Facebook don't have a chat bot like that. You got more mods that kind of help you with that stuff, but they got to be in the chat with you, watching. If not, it kind of defeats the purpose. So,
but to touch on that a little bit though, I'm not disparaging it again, but the reason that is the way that is with Twitch is because Twitch has been around so long, so people have been able to write bot scripts specifically for Twitch. Now, as these other platforms grow, people are going to start doing that. They'll have a Facebook bot script to whenever you go live, that bot will jump into your stream and it'll do everything it does on Twitch. But there's more integration there, because Twitch and Facebook, 2 different platforms completely, entirely. So the people just haven't caught up to the growth of Facebook yet. But of course, but I see it happening in the near future, because we have Facebook merging with Mixer. Those 2 are Facebook's absorbing Mixer because Mixer, they spent way too much money getting all those streamers over there. Now they're like, they can't maintain it. And Facebook being Facebook, they're just going to buy it up, because that's what Facebook does.
Yeah.
And that's going to give them all them people over to their platform. So, and then you got to think of this is less about disparaging Twitch and more about, you got to look at the current streaming environment as it is. Twitch first off, Ninja's gone from Twitch.
Yep.
So he'll probably be going to Facebook.
I say he did a test stream on YouTube.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if his contract's going to carry over, because if he signed a contract with Mixer and then Facebook bought Mixer, they might be able to enforce all the Mixer contracts too.
Yeah, maybe.
If they're willing to
Yeah.
pay the contracts out. What, baby? Yeah, it depends. It depends. But anyways, so we got Ninja's gone. They banned a doc. Still
Yeah.
no word on. These are like big names, right? And Shroud went over to
Shroud,
Mixer or
yep.
something, and now he's like, so Twitch has lost all this, really a lot of clout. It's just gone. So these other platforms are gonna start growing really fast, really rapidly, and there's gonna be a demand for these botting scripts and all this to be.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be on those platforms. So what Mike said is true. Yes, everything's very integrated. You have bots that can like moderate your chat and like post things periodically so that you don't have to. But at the same time, probably within the next 6 months, we're going to have that same stuff over on other streaming platforms. I do like Mike said, I do like the badges you can have personalized for
Right.
your stream on Twitch. Like me and Mike, we each have 4 or some bullshit like that. And that way your subscribers, it incentivizes people to subscribe.
Yep.
And then you get people to subscribe. They like your emotes. They can use them in other chats. And then when they take those emotes to chats and people like that emote, they look at it. They're like, oh, cool. That's a cool emote. Where's it from? They can highlight over it and they'll say, oh, it's from,
Right.
Blast or channel Blast. And so then they go check out that channel, and it's a good little.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just talking to you about it the other night that
Yeah.
Facebook doesn't have that sort of thing. And it kind of wish they had.
Oh yeah.
At it, but it's a nice fun thing that Twitch has that no other platform has currently.
Yeah. Yep. I think that was a good start on that subject. What's next on that agenda?
Yeah, I would say next would be do's and don'ts.
Right.
Do's and don'ts. Now it's very easy to fall into this very first one, and Mike's going to agree with me 100%. Follow for follows never work. Do
Trash.
not
Trash.
do a follow for follow. Don't go to a page on Facebook that says follow for follow.
Nope.
Don't and go to a Discord community follow for follow. They're all trash. Like if somebody follows your page and they didn't like find you by any other means besides that follow for follow page, it's a trash. Like it's just an empty number. It's an arbitrary number that means nothing. The only way it means anything is if you're trying to get into Twitch affiliate program.
Right.
That's it.
And that's the fastest way to do it is do the follow for follow. But here's the biggest thing about that. The whole point of doing this is to try to build a community. For me anyways, a small community, big community, whatever happens, if I got 5 people or 5,000 people, I act the same way because I want to try to build a community. And if you do follow for follow, there's a 99.99% and 100% chance they're never going to come to your stream. They're never going to be in your chat. They're never going to say, hey, what's going on? I'm so-and-so. We met at that follow for follow channel. I did that follow for follow when I first started until I realized what was up. It took me a whole day to realize this is trash. They never came to my stream. Never. So the biggest thing, don't do it. It's tempting to get that, that big 100. But man, it's not worth it.
Not only will it just be an arbitrary number on your channel, like there's a double side to that. Like Mike and I did a contest where we did follow as an entry point.
Yep.
And we got a lot of follows for it.
Oh yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, here's why I say that. Yeah, those people may not come to your stream. Let's say 98% of them won't visit your stream again. And that's fine, because what that does is, even though, and it's more than follow for follows will do for you though, because that's going to give you a little bit of a network, and it's going to help you expand your reach by quite a bit. Like, so you got 2,000 followers. Okay, 98% of those mean nothing. Like, they're not going to come in your stream. But if they have their followers, so if they happen to be on Twitch and they see on their followed channels bar on the left-hand side that you're live, and they say, oh, what are they playing? Oh, Fortnite? Oh, I'm looking for a Fortnite stream.
Yep.
And now you're live on their followed channels bar, so you can click it. now they see that, so that reach is there. Now, a follow for follow page, a lot of times what they make dummy accounts to follow you on, right? So you're following their main page, and they have a dummy account to follow your page on.
Yep.
So they'll never, your channel will never pop up for them, and plus they're following 10,000 different people, so it's just this fake reach thing, and it's not good. So starting out, never want to do follow for follow, unless, again, the only exception I would say is if you're desperate for that affiliate and you're getting to 3 average viewers.
Yep.
And you want to get into Twitch affiliate program, and then you're like, okay, I'll do follow for follow, but I would stop at 50. I would not go past
Yeah.
50. I'd stop at 50, and then let your viewers, your follows come naturally, because it really is a waste of your time and effort. And yeah, no matter what people say, it doesn't work.
Yeah, because when we did that big giveaway, I went from like 200 up to 1,300 followers, and we had maybe 3 or 4 people come in from that whole thing. So we got the follows out of it. Then we did that one for the sub. We got a couple of subs out of it, but it still didn't.
Well, hey, Vac. Yeah, we're just talking about stream stuff. But you're welcome to stay. I know you're home alone tonight, so welcome to stay and chat. Yeah, we got a lot of followers, and I noticed as that went on, at least on my end, I could see my viewership would be like, and I'm not talking about when I was playing COD Mobile, because when I'm playing COD Mobile,
well, we'll talk about mobile later. Yeah. That's later.
The right content. When I wasn't playing COD Mobile, I'd be from anywhere from 3 to 4 viewers, and but as we did that contest, some nights I'd be up to 8, 9, 10, 12 viewers. You know what I'm saying? Like, not as an always thing, obviously.
No.
But it was definitely, you get spikes in viewership, right? Because
because it does kind of spark the curiosity. I really didn't have that, so I can't per se for on that.
I know a couple nights you had. I logged onto your stream and you'd have like 11 viewers, and you'd be playing Apex or some other.
But yeah, follow, and I've actually seen some sub for sub. That right there is ridiculous.
Oh, sub for sub, yeah.
Yeah, because
that's just taking money out of your pocket.
You're losing money. Because you don't get all that sub money. That $4.99, you don't get all of it. Twitch takes it. So when
Twitch takes like 25% of it, so you're not getting.
So you're not making you sub for somebody, they sub for you. You're both still losing money. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
The only way I'd suggest doing that is if you got a good friend like I have here with Mike.
Yep.
Like I have no problem going in and I don't just sub for sub. Like I'll go in and I'll gift his stream like 5 subs that night to kind of get some hype going behind it. And what that does is if you're gifting subs to a friend and they're gifting them back, so I gift 5 subs to Mike. Well, now it shows up on, and those people aren't subbed, they're just followers. And then it shows up on their Twitch thing, hey, you've just been gifted a sub to Thunder Ronin. Well, now they're like, oh, okay, let's go check it out. And then they come over and they check out Thunder Ronin stream. And vice versa, he gifts subs to me. Hey, now these people see that, hey, you've been gifted a sub to Blast.
Yep.
And they, let's go see what he's doing. And that's a lot more productive because you're helping him, he's helping you, and hopefully you both are getting these viewers over to your stream, each other, the respective streams. And hey, Anate, and so it's more helpful than just sub for sub. Sub for sub, what Mike was saying is, person on the page says, I'll sub for you, you sub to me, and then you do that. Okay, but you're never going to watch that guy, and he's never going to watch you. So there's like no reach there. It's all about reach. It's all about getting your name out there as much as you can. And there's no reach there. It's just the reach dies right there. And you just wasted $4.99, and he's wasted $4.99, and neither one of you gained anything out of it. Except maybe if he had some cool emotes and you use them on a channel, like maybe, but probably not, right? So,
all right, and
sub for sub is just as bad, if not worse, than follow for follow.
Yeah. And kind of watch what kind of groups you get involved in too, because that's kind of how me and JJ here met, we was in a Facebook/Discord group that it sounds good on paper for when it started. I ain't gonna say what it is, but
Oh, I will. Streamers watching streamers.
right, streamers watching streamers. It's for it. The whole idea was small streamers getting the wash to help get the affiliate and help get the word out and try it out. But at the end of the day, I'm not bitter about it. It happened, and I spoke my piece because that's what I do. I'm never if I see something wrong that I think's wrong, I'm gonna tell you. I spoke my piece and I left the group. I met a couple of people. Came out to me because they felt the same way that only certain people was getting. You be streaming, I'd barely get one person come over from the whole thing. Somebody else be streaming, and they get like 10 people from that group. I'm like, so what's the problem here? Why is only one person getting all the attention and everybody, the 99% of everybody else ain't getting nothing? It kind of seems like there's a problem there. And I voiced my opinion on it. Then, it kind of snowballed from there.
Well, here's the thing. The group, just for a brief synopsis, so people, because we are talking about starting out streaming, I'll give everybody a brief what have you about that. So, in theory, it's because people were like on follow. I met the guy who made the page on. I wasn't actively. I was just. It wasn't a follow. It was some streamer growth page, and people were asking for follows, and me and the guy I started the page with. I won't get his name because it's not his fault at all. But he's like, hey, he messaged me and said, hey, we should do this page thing, and I was like, hey, if you want help, I'll help you. Whatever. It's a good idea. Streamers watching streamers. Because watch time is more important than a follow.
Yeah.
It just is. And on paper, it was great. It was a great idea. However, in practice, it was not so good. So we made this page, and it started with like 50 members. That's all that was on this page. And the idea was once every 6 hours, if you wanted to, you could share your stream onto the page. And then the people on the page would go, and they'd be like, oh, cool, let's watch this. Let's do our part, watch this guy, and then have you seen somebody from the page watching your stream, and then you seen them post their link up? The idea was you'd go over to their stream and you'd say hi and you'd watch their stream, right? So that was the general concept behind it. Now here's how it worked. So somebody posts their stream. Okay, so let's say me or Mike, because I know Mike was active on it. We'd go watch that stream. We'd chat in the chat, try to keep chat interesting, get people talking. And then, maybe say, I would say usually try to between 15 and 30 minutes as time allowed. And just chatting and trying to get the chat going. And then I'd go checking out another stream or whatever. Now, in theory, sometimes those people would come to your stream, sometimes they wouldn't. Here's what I found that was wrong with the page. It was supposed to be a small streamer page. And I'm just going to use Mike's example here because he's here. And he can correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't have to use anybody that's not here. So I was in this Discord, and I had went to Mike's stream once or twice before that too, but there was some chatter about his stream. And it's supposed to be for small streamers, and we're supposed to help each other. Now, here's what soured my taste about it, because instead of being constructive and trying to help Mike, mind you, I wasn't friends with Mike at this time. This was just
we had never talked.
I just heard people talking, and it pissed me off. They were kind of talking kind of like, oh, he's basically what he was doing wrong in a very mockable way, and it pissed me off. And I let him know at the time, well, how about instead of just being critical, why don't you suggest things to help him? That's what we're here for. Why you gotta be down on him like that? We all have to improve on. Obviously, we're not great at it. And so I made it a point that next time I seen Mike post to go over to his stream and help him out, try to give him some pointers and stuff, and I think the stream I turned into was when you was wearing your kabuki mask, and you had the very intense red lighting behind you, and
Yep,
you
that was
had
it.
the kabuki mask on. You was playing Apex, and I'm like, dude, that is a lot. That is a lot for my brain to take in. Like it was so intense, and I'm like, it's okay. Maybe change the lighting or something. It's very hard to watch. Anyways, I tried to present it to him and come across in a way that was like uh critical, but with positive criticism, not
Right.
just tearing him down. And yeah, so that whole thing happened. He left. I reached out to him and I'm like, look, I'm sorry. I told him that what I had experienced with the group talking about his stream and told him, I was I didn't agree with it. And that's kind of how we started talking and doing streams together and stuff, was kind of through that page being a bunch of and I don't want to like be that guy,
Right.
but I've visited some of their streams since then, and they haven't, like, Mike has come so far. Like, he has evolved so much since then. And I've been back to their streams, and they are still just the same old, stagnant, like, boring layouts. They don't have, like, Mike and we've spent a little bit of money, got our logos done. We've I know the stream, the podcast layout looking thing right now isn't the best, but I just threw that together in a hurry.
Yeah,
But
it's work in progress.
most of my scenes are actually not too bad. And we've done intros, and we got a wave screen, and these people still have the same boring. And I don't want to say it makes me happy, but a little bit, because they were kind of instead of just trying to be better people to help people. Yeah, so me and Mike kind of left that,
Yep.
and Mike's come a long way. So that goes along with being yourself and stuff. Don't take criticism badly. Like,
No,
as long as it's coming from a place of like they're letting you know as a viewer what they think of it, you can always improve, and don't take it critically. Like, if Mike told me, bruh, I hate your out, it gives my eyes cancer, I'd be like, all right, what can I do to change it? Like,
Right.
what can I do to make my layout more appealing to you as a viewer? Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
And I constantly asked that on stream. I said, dude, what, if you got any suggestions? Because when I first started out, I was terrible. I was, I'll admit it. My first probably 3 months of streaming was bad. And you're going to be bad when you first start out unless you're, a natural at it, which I'm goofy enough. I like to have fun, but, learning everything and make sure you're engaged with chat and all this stuff. It's a lot to take in when you first do it. But you're not going to be, the next Doc when you first time you stream. It ain't going to happen.
No. And Doc didn't get there overnight either.
Oh,
Doc
no.
took, he had to build his brand. He had to build his persona. And you can build a persona too. There's nothing wrong with, I say be yourself, but I think the Doc's persona is so good because he plays it so well. You don't know it's not himself. Right? Like, he's just built that persona, and he just plays it so well. Like, he's very 80s macho man, like, cool guy, like, sexist pig. Like, it works. It draws people in. People want to see what he's going to say next. People want to know what he's going to do next. People love it. It's the energy. It's just who he is, but he's still himself. I firmly believe he is still very much.
It's part of him.
Himself.
Yep.
Yeah, he's drawing it from a place of personal experience, right? So that's why he plays it so well. But so be careful when you're, going out there finding groups to be a part of, because honestly, guys, like Vince said in chat, he's like, internet communities sadly follow the same drama that's been there since the beginning, and that's true. and people rather tear people down rather than build people up.
Yep.
And that's just the sad truth of it. And we have discussions about this all the time, Bonnie and I, how women are like that, like with other women. They'd women rather tear, like, say something insulting to another woman instead of something positive and build a woman up. And then, okay, all right, another woman will tell one woman, "Oh, you're too fat," and then another woman will tell that same woman, "You're too skinny." Like, you can't win, and the internet's just like that. So, until you make some good connections with people that you actually think are good people, don't trust people to help you because they won't. They just
Yeah.
won't, and that's a sad reality. And I'm not trying to like dishearten anybody or scare anybody, but that's just
That's
the
life.
way it is. They just won't help. People won't help each other. Like,
Yeah, that was.
anything you need to add, Mike?
Now that's pretty much on that subject about, oh, watch people that want to chase clout as well,
Oh, clout
because
chasers.
you'll get to know people, and you'll have some fun with them, and next thing you know, something happens, and they may get a little bit more successful than you, and you kind of, you're gonna feel a little bad because you're doing the same thing, but for some reason they're getting a little bit more attention. Don't You just gotta let it go. It's hard, trust me. It's hard, but you just gotta kind of let it go. But then again, the person that is happening to should be a little bit more aware of, you know, especially if you're in this, playing games and all this stuff's going on. Hey, man, won't you just mute the game chat while you're doing that, instead of the other guy that's streaming that may only have one person in his, or nobody, and you're hearing all this stuff going on. You can kind of make him feel bad. So be in mind of what you're doing. Like I said, if I had 50 people in here and Blast only had one, and next thing I know, I'm getting, bits or stars, or somebody gives 20 subs, I'm gonna mute game chat because I don't want him to hear all this stuff going on, because he ain't gonna hear the stream anyways, because he's listening to game chat and he's streaming, and he don't want that to come through his stream. He may see something on the screen if he's got my stream up, but I don't want to hear him, "Oh man, you look at that 20 gifted sub." Respect goes a long way. I think especially with
Or on
this.
the reverse, or on the reverse side of that, like, Mike and I are usually pretty good about it. If he's got viewers over there and I got viewers over here, like, help each other out. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's too little of it in this world where people don't help each other out. They're in it for themselves. But like, I'll say, hey, yeah, go visit. I'm streaming with Mike tonight. Go, or Thunder Ronin, go over and visit his page on Facebook. Thunder Ronin / or Facebook.com/Thunder One Ronin. Like, and he'll do the same to me.
Yep.
And it's not even about like, I'm trying to get more viewers than you, Mike. So off. It's
Right.
not about that. Like,
No.
it's it's just about helping out. Or he might get, let's say somebody gives him 100 bits, I don't know, on Twitch, or 100 stars on Facebook. They're the same damn thing, same
Yep.
value.
Same value.
And yeah, he might, oh, thanks for the 100 stars, and he didn't mute his mic. But I'm not gonna like get upset by that, because like, even if they gave him 20,000 stars, I'm not gonna get upset by it, because at the end of the day, he's not doing it to like drown me out. He's just shouting it out. But there's those people that you've helped along the way, and that's why I would say be selective of who you help when you're starting out, because you've helped them along the way, and then they get a night of really good luck, and they're just like going off, and they're ignoring everything you say. There's like, you're not even there anymore.
Yep.
And then you're just like, why am I like, am I chopped liver? And it doesn't take much for you to say, if you're having a really good night and you got a friend that you're trying to help out, that you're playing with, and they're streaming too, it takes literally no time to be like, hey guys, thanks for the love. I'm also streaming with my buddy fucking Thunder Ronin. Go check him out. He, we're streaming together tonight, whatever. It takes no time. That doesn't obligate your viewers to go over there. They can stay with you. That's fine. But from a streamer standpoint, when you hear somebody like rolling in it, so to speak, even if it's just viewers and the chat's blowing up, like, and you're like having an off night and you only got like most nights I say you have 6 viewers and now you have like 2 and you just don't know why. You don't know why. You have no idea. And your friend who usually has like maybe 10 viewers now has 50. And you don't know why. It just makes the other guy feel good to know that, hey, we're still friends, I'm still thinking about you. Whether the viewers come over or not, it's beside the point. It's beside the point. If you're starting out streaming and you're trying to help each other out, actually help each other out. Don't yes, you can be excited you have 50 viewers. I'm not saying don't be excited you have 50 viewers. Be excited about it. Be ecstatic about it. But keep in mind that your friend over here who's really trying his best too, he would like to be excited too. He'd like to be excited for you probably, but if you forget that he's there just because you're having this streak of good luck, he's probably going to feel left out.
Yeah. Oh, always.
Sorry,
oh, you're fine.
Go ahead.
It don't take nothing to do a shout out or even put a link in chat because I do it every time we play. I will, because one thing about Facebook, you ain't got to be a partner to dual stream, really. They don't got the same thing as Twitch where you can watch both at the same time. But the only thing we got to do is type in, dual streaming with Blasphemy Games, and it gives everybody, and you put the link in there in your description. It gives everybody the opportunity to go and see this phenomenal gameplay. Like you do an awesome sniper shot in Fortnite, to go check you out and give you a follow or like or share. Twitch is a little different. It's hard for it, to really do that, but it takes a second to do a shout out, and it takes a second to copy and paste the link in your chat just to send them over. If somebody just go over and say, 5 people go over and say, hey, what's going on, brother? Came from so and so stream, just want to check you out. That makes the other person feel good that you got 50 guys, you did a shout out, and 5 guys came over and just to say hi, what's up, maybe give you a follow or something like that. It goes a long way. Like I said, this.
You know what, Fields? Go ahead.
This can be, some people are kind of cutthroat about this a little bit. They're really guarded about their mods and their viewers and stuff like that. I mean, I've found it on Facebook. I've only been on Facebook less than a month, and I found one on there, and it kind of surprised me. But they don't want people mod for anybody else, even though one of my mods is a personal friend of mine that we work with. I'm not going to go any further than that because don't want to call anybody out because they say something that's really going to piss me off, and you really going to see a fly because I don't know how to keep my mouth shut sometimes. But at the end of the day,
they won't mod for you and somebody else. Is that what
you're saying? The way I understand it, and
I'm not trying to get anything started. I'm just I've never heard of this, so I'm trying to
Well, like I said, over there,
teaching me something.
Yeah, over there they got the mods. Mods control your chat. They got it's basically they try to hype up, and they can actually. It's like your mods over here where they can delete your comments, ban people, and all this stuff. But their biggest job over there is to hype up, share your stream out, and all the different Facebook groups and stuff like that. Well, like I said, my coworker is my mod, my first and only mod for a while, and he was modding for somebody else that is really trying to do this as a career and really pushing it hard, and that's all they talk about. Make sure we hit all these notifications. Make sure we do this because they're wanting to get that sub button. That's fine, but don't go to somebody and say, hey, you're my mod. I don't want you modding for anybody else. That's that's kind of toxic to me about trying to guard, even though it's my coworker and personal friend that I'm just starting out on Facebook. You kind of need a mod to kind of help you out a little bit. You really do, but you don't.
You need a mod on any platform.
Yeah, because you can't do. You're in the middle of a game and somebody's being all trash and toxic in your chat. You don't got time. You got to take your time. You got your mod in there. Just ban that little son of a bitch, and go from there. But yeah, I read the messages and stuff. I'm like, wow, really? That was kind of surprising me who it came from. But don't be toxic about it, man. Your community's going to come back, but if you want to be toxic and trash about it, they may leave.
That's another thing. You just you mentioned something, and it brought up the. I mean, It's a two point thing I want to bring up. So starting out, you definitely need mods, no matter what platform you're on, right? Because yeah, you're streaming, you're focusing on other things. You might not be able to stop and like ban that guy. Bonnie was my mod for quite a while before I met like Ladreer and Mike and Jose and Anate, and then uh now they're my Twitch mods. I don't have any mods on Facebook really right now. I don't know how to do that because I'm an idiot when it comes to Facebook streaming. But they have come in handy tons of times, and I've modded on Mike's Twitch stream,
Yep.
and I've been able to like ban people that have acted up like while he's playing a game, and it's just a big help to keeping the community healthy and less toxic. That being said, my second point to that was Mike said this guy's like going hard at it. He's really trying to make it a career. Okay, I'm gonna say this as plainly as I can, and agree or disagree. The facts are the facts. Do not start streaming thinking you're gonna be like Mike said, the next Doctor Disrespect anytime in the near future. Don't do it. I firmly believe you should stream because you want to. I started streaming because I wanted to. Like, I was already playing the video games anyways, and so I like talking to people when I play video games,
Yeah.
and depending, kind of, sort of. But I like the idea of a community built around it. I wasn't doing it to, and I've said 100 times, since thousands of times probably, whether I have one viewer or 50 or 3,000, like it's the same for me. If I'm entertaining one guy or I'm entertaining 1,000 guys, like or men or women. Okay, I don't want to like you know what I'm saying. If I'm entertaining even one person, I'm happy.
Yep.
So, and it's not about the money for me. I would suggest everybody start if you're gonna start streaming, do it for the right reasons. The wrong reason is specifically because you think you're gonna make it you're gonna be six figures by next month.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be six figures by next month. Like some streamers get lucky, and for whatever reason they catch the eye of somebody who just has a lot of money, and they'll just drop money on the channel.
Oh yeah.
They'll drop endless gobs of money. I've watched streamers that have they're not huge. They got maybe an average of 20 viewers, but they got one guy in their chat who will sit there and drop thousands of bits and like 10 gifted subs at a time, and this will go on for like the whole stream of 7 hours.
Yeah.
This guy will just drop money on the stream, and that's like what I would call a stream unicorn. Like if you find your unicorn, great, but if you're trying to do it as a career, you're not.
It's a grind.
You're doing it for the wrong reasons.
It's a grind.
It'd be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
Right? Everybody who streamed would just be able to like within a month have 6-figure paycheck. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way.
No, because I actually had a small streamer just starting out on Facebook message me. I don't know why people message me. Like I said, apparently I come off like I know what I'm doing, but it's learning curve every time I turn this thing on because something always messes up, but that's all right.
I'll tell you why they message you. Because you've invested money in your layouts and your logos and your clean, and like professional, and so they see all that, and then they see you stream, and so they say, hey, this guy must know what he's doing. He's actually taking time on his stream, and so that's why they ask you. Like that's legit why they ask you. And you're clean.
And the biggest thing I always get asked is how do I get people into my stream? I want to make my stream grow. And my first response is, dude, have you been on my stream and seen only the 3 people that's there all the time? That's about, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but average 3 to 4 people. Like I said, if that's what I get, that's what I get. I'm not going to... Now, granted, there are days when I got 0 people for 4 hours. I'm like, screw this. I just turn it off because everybody gets like that. This is a kind of a mental game sometimes. I explained to him. I asked my first question was, how long you been streaming? A month. I'm like, you been streaming a month? I'm like, oh, for the love of fluff, man. I told him, I said, dude, apparently you didn't research this before you still hit that go button. And that's why this is going to be coming up about do your research. I said, dude, it could take you a year before you even make anything substantial come from this, if not longer. You could grind this for a year and still only have 5 people. It just depends. You know,
be grateful for the people that do come to watch, and then once you get loyal viewers, be so appreciative of those people
oh
that
yeah,
tune in every night.
it's like
Like
when
thank
you're.
them every night.
It's like you. Every time you're on Twitch, you get Anate, Jose, Ledrier, Vince. They're a constant in yours. They never really come over in mine, but that's okay. I digress. Like I
But
said,
he still greets them and he's thankful when they go over there, right?
oh
Like
yeah, exactly.
and
When they
and
come
that's
over,
the important thing. Like when you get people that you know that whether or not they're your regulars or Mike's, like Alan doesn't always come to mind, but when he
right,
does come to mind, I'm like, hey man, thanks. Thank
right,
you for being here. Like really appreciate it. And I don't expect him to come to mind. Like I
right,
know he's gonna be on yours every night. I know that. And that's completely cool with me.
exactly.
But when you get those uh loyal people that will watch, even if you're doing stupid just watching YouTube videos and they still tune in just to say hi,
Yep,
like you need to be appreciative of
and
those people
that
because
goes a
those are the
long
people
way.
that are going to help your channel grow. Maybe not in the short term, but in the long term, when people come into like like you said, I got Anate and Ladrier and Jose. Sometimes when I'm playing a game and I get like super focused and they say somebody new comes and they say something in chat, I don't even see it. But Anate and Ladrier and Jose
Yeah,
and Vince is on, they're there and they'll answer that question.
and to see that's
And
what
then I don't have to even do it. Like it's already answered for me.
that's what a community is. That's why when you start building that community, you can be more focused on the stream and the gaming aspect. And if you don't got time or you happen to miss something, they can say, "Well, welcome, so and so. Appreciate you stopping in. You know, he's kind of busy right now. You know, they start asking a bunch of
Do
questions.
you know how many times Jose has like been like some when playing COD Mobile, which we will get into, I
Yes.
promise, but uh has said someone's like, "Hey, can I play with you?" And like Jose's just like does the freaking macro for my bot to say, "This is what you need to do if you want to play with him." Like
Yep.
you got to add him first, blah blah blah. Like he's done that easily a couple hundred times, like easily a couple hundred times, and it just saves me the breath of having to tell them, "Okay,
Yep.
use command slash whatever it was and or exclamation point whatever," and
Yeah,
Jose just types it out and it's right there, and then I'll just
because
say, "Yeah, what Jose said, exactly what he just said," like that.
because I can guarantee you'll say that it won't be 5 seconds later somebody popped in the stream. Hey, can I play with you? And you got to repeat yourself over and over. And
It's
that's where the community comes in. That's why the follows trash. That's why you try to build a community, get your regulars coming in. That
follow follows trash, sub for sub is trash.
and you want to build a community. If you get one person, if it's that the only person that ever comes in your stream for the first while, but you're getting to know them, talking, they're chatting, you're talking back and forth, kind of. Eventually, people will start coming in and seeing that you're interacting with your chat, and that's another thing. If somebody new comes in your chat and says, hi, don't just look over and like, well, hi, Blast, how's it going? And go back, say, what's going on, man? Appreciate you being here. How's it going? How's your day been?
Right.
Be more
Like
interactive.
I see Rainbow Unicorn Fart 312 come in my chat and say hi. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, Unicorn Rainbow? What is going on with you today? If you're new to the stream, consider hitting that follow button, buddy. Glad to have you here." And it makes them feel special. It makes them feel like you took time
Yeah.
to directly address them, and so they're more likely to hit that follow button. And then they might stay in chat in the chat with your regulars, and then he's gonna tell his friends like, "I had Ladria in the stream first." And then Ladria told Anate. Anate started coming to the stream, and so it was just like a word of mouth type of
Yep.
thing. And then Jose, I was in his clan on Call of Duty Mobile, and that's when he started joining because he seen I was streaming, and yeah, and when he came to the stream, I interacted with him. I made him feel welcome, I hope, yeah,
Yep.
it's as easy as that. It's as easy as giving somebody 3 seconds of your time, and it's that easy. Like it's so easy.
Because I've popped in a random stream, on different things and said hi, and they're like, "Oh, hey, Thunder." Like,
Right?
apparently you really don't you want to, and they're just really not really doing much. They're just kind of sitting there waiting for a game load or something like that. a loading screen. That's when the time that I get caught up on stuff. If something's loading, I look at my chat, kind of get caught up if it's kind of went by. But
With
you know,
the,
go ahead.
I was gonna say with the, a lot of times people will come in and they'll do something like just hit that follow button just to get that recognition that they followed you. Because if your stream set up properly, it'll pop up, hey, so and so follow. And I've been to streams where people will follow and it'll pop up, and no recognition. And I'm not saying these are like streamers that average thousands of viewers. These are streamers that have like 10, 20, 30
Yeah.
viewers, and they won't even acknowledge that follow. They're just like, it just happens, or they click, they subscribe to the channel and they don't get thanked for the sub, and they don't, like, that's honestly really disgusting to me. Like, if you can't even like thank somebody who's trying to be a part of your channel, or
Right.
acknowledge them in any way, like, why would they come back? Why would they even want to come back? Like,
Yeah, because I've been on
you're not
yours
even gonna.
many a times, and somebody would hit that, and you'd stop, and even we're middle of talking, you'll stop and say, "Hey, yo, so appreciate that follow, man." You know, because they're doing
I
it
cut
for a
these
reason.
people off. I'll cut you off. You'll be talking, and I'll just be like, "Hey, thanks for the follow. Sorry about that." And then, like, because
You know, they
it's
took the
just,
effort to hit it, and
I don't know, you got it.
the whole point of having that is to get people engaged. Streaming for me is engagement of people coming in and hopefully have a good time. If they've had a stressful day, hopefully the goofiness, or I'm not always goofy. I'm serious sometimes, but seeing me die dramatically in Call of Duty or something, maybe it makes them laugh because I just kind of stop and stare at the screen. I'm like, "Did that really just happen? Oh my, for the love of fluff!" Stuff like that.
Or maybe you're playing a game that you're not that good at. They come in to watch, and they're way better than you, and they just get enjoyment because they see that you're not as good as them, and maybe that gives them enjoyment, which is fine.
Right.
I know I'm not the best at games,
No.
and they just like seeing how the other half plays. Like, there's the good people, and then there's the not so good people, and it just makes them feel better about a game they just got out of, and like they just lost really badly, and they're like,
And they see.
"Oh yeah, this guy's way worse than me."
You're like, "Oh, he dropped
Shit.
within 5 seconds, dead." At least that lasted 10 minutes.
Right? We call that perspective, folks.
That's right.
Lending perspective to a situation.
Always here to help.
But that actually kind of segues us into the next thing is, so we've talked about, you want to stream, you got your setup, some do's and don'ts. Now, what to stream? This is important.
Yes.
Yes, you can dedicate to just one game. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it. If you do that, you want to find a game that's not oversaturated. And let me give you some pros and cons about that right now. If you decide you're going to be, let's say there's a new game coming out called Leprechaun Jerk Off Adventure 5, and you're going to play it. You decide you're going to like solely play Leprechaun Jerk Off Adventure. The downside to that is, that's all you can play on stream. You can't play anything else. Because if you're building a community around the Leprechaun Jerk-Off series, that's what people are going to want to watch. Okay? So, keep in mind, it's going to get dull. It's going to get boring after a while.
Yes.
Not going to be very good. After you do it for a week or two, you're going to be like, oh, shit, dude. But, keep in mind, variety streaming has its downs too. Like, a variety streamer, I'm a variety streamer, Mike's a variety streamer, we stream kind of whatever we feel like. It has its downfalls because you might play Fortnite one night and you might have people watching you, and then the next night you go to something else and they don't want to watch that something else.
Yeah.
They just don't want to watch it. So they're like, okay, well, I'm not watching tonight. And then they think maybe that one night that you played Fortnite was a one-off, and they'll never come back. But that's just something you have to deal with, right? That being said, game pick choice is important, and a lot of times you won't see it at first. Mike and I, when we started talking and stuff, we were playing Call of Duty. Well, I was playing Call of Duty Mobile.
Yep.
And that's when I kind of got Mike into it also. Well, here's the thing with Call of Duty Mobile. It's great. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
If you want viewership, that's the game to go to. Because you will get 12 to 15 viewers every night. No problem.
Easy.
Easy, if not more. Here's the problem with that game, and I'm sure there's other games out there just like it.
Yep. Probably
When you
PUBG
play
Mobile.
Call of Duty Mobile on stream and you're any decently good at it, me and Mike pretty good at it.
Yep.
With the battle royale, we could get victories.
Pretty easy.
4 out of 5 games were victories.
Yep.
Holy shit, that's a big number. It's a big fucking Saint Bernard or so. I don't know what's. Anyways, big dog outside the house. Surprised my dogs aren't barking yet.
Yep.
So if you're any decently good at it, you'll get the viewers. Now here's the problem with that. Most of your stream will be spent repeating yourself, or
Yep.
the chat will only be people asking to play.
Yep.
And you got to make stipulations. I only play with followers, and then you play a game with. You can have a squad, so it's like me and Vince, and then we bring 2 people in, and then these people want to play, and then the second you play a night where you say I'm not playing with viewers, I'm just streaming, and I'm playing it, that viewership will go from like 20 down to like 5.
Yep.
Like instantly. Like they don't want to watch you to enjoy the content. And there's other games just like that, but I'm using COD Mobile as an example. I call COD Mobile the cancer of streaming. Like, yes, you'll get viewers with it. So if you want your 3 average viewers, say COD Mobile for a month.
Yep.
You'll get your 3 average viewers.
And it'll wear you out.
It's. Hold on, my dogs are going off. But it's not a good game in general, because people don't want to be there to build your community. They want to be there to see what they can get from you. Oh, carry me to victory. Carry me to victory. Do this. And to a certain extent, I didn't mind doing that, but it got to a point where I just felt like, God, that's all they want. Like, they don't care about the gameplay. They don't care about like that awesome 200-yard snipe I just pulled off. They don't care that I just sniped that guy out of a helicopter, headshot him in a helicopter as he's flying by. They don't care about any of that. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care about the stream setup. They don't care about all the effort you've made to make this look, the sharpest you can at the time. They don't care about any of that.
They come in and they say, "Hey, can I play a game with you?" And the second you say no, they're gone.
Yep. And that'd be the very first time. They've never chatted or been in your stream before, but the first thing they'll ask is, "Hey, can I play? This is my gamer tag." I'm like, have you even hit that follow yet there, brother? Well, no. I'm like,
have you hit follow? Or?
The first thing you come in and ask you guys to play, they kind of, to me, I don't like it.
Yeah, they don't come in, they don't say hi, they don't talk with anybody else in chat. They come in, they address you directly, and they want something from you. Yes, you're there to provide entertainment, but you're not there to be, to create their personal entertainment. You know what I'm saying? You're creating entertainment for a number of whoever jumps into the stream, not one person's personal entertainment. And I have a video up on my VODs, actually, on my Twitch VODs, of just how bad, like, a kid asked to play, I said, sure. And, God, it was a tough game. It was hard to play. The kid was toxic the whole game. He was just annoying. It was, like, and mind you, this whole time, I gotta kind of stay positive, because I'm still trying to, like, appeal to the other people watching, not just this kid.
Right.
And he's being obnoxious and loud and just the worst experience. And then finally, that takes a lot of energy. First off, it takes a lot of energy to like keep your shit together and whatever. So I get out of the game. We get the kid his victory. God, and I this one game sticks out in my mind because it was just such a good example of why it's mentally exhausting to do things like that. Because when you're playing with viewers, you have to constantly like please them. That's your point. Like, so we used to do this thing where me and Vince would play with viewers, and then we'd always give the viewer that was playing with us, we'd let him get the last kill in the match, so that he got the last kill, and be a whole
Yeah.
feel good thing for that player. Uh, in this one particular game, this kid was just so bad the whole game. I was just like, nope, I'm not giving him the last kill. And he wanted it. He said he wanted it, and I was just like, no. And I took the last kill, and then I told him, I'm sorry. He wanted to play again with me or something. I'm like, sorry, I can't handle you. Like, I just cannot handle you. Like, to give you some insight, like, he'd get in a vehicle and just honk the horn nonstop, constantly, and just start talking. Hey, get in my vehicle! Like, just very loud and very obnoxious. And I only bring that up because that's the type of game, that's the type of player that a game like COD Mobile attracts.
Yes.
So you got to know when it's okay to just say, look, man, yes, I'm here to help you. I'm here to entertain you. But if he's acting like that, you got to also think other people watching your stream, they're seeing that too.
Yep.
And that's going to probably annoy them too. And so at some level, you just got to know when to cut your losses and tell the guy, yeah, got to go.
Oh yeah.
And COD Mobile is that game. Like, it will go from super positive energy to super garbage, like that.
And 90% of them that want to play are kids. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but man, when you're trying to be entertaining and trying to keep everybody and do some good content, it's kind of hard when you got kids just screeching in your ear and just constantly spamming in chat. I want to play. I want to play. I want to play. Oh, you ain't gonna play? I even did a stream where I just put sub only chat when I played
Oh
COD
yeah,
Mobile.
your little experiment.
Yeah, I experiment that. Guess what? Nobody showed up for that one because they popped in and see if they couldn't chat and asked to play, so they left.
I don't know. You have to go look.
So at the end of the day, that game is just it's. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I don't mind. I like playing it. I don't like streaming it anymore because it kind of it puts a bad taste in your mouth at the end of the day.
And you also want a game that not only is going to attract less cancerous people, but the thing with COD Mobile is it's not very refreshing, right? Like, they don't update it that much with new content. So, like,
Yeah.
especially if you're doing Battle Royale, it's going to be for like 4 seasons, it was the exact same map, no changes at all. And then when they did change it, they added like one little platform in the sky.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was still the same stuff. So, like, no, there's nothing new to see. Like, a game like Fortnite changes things up. A game like Warzone changes things up.
Yep.
Maybe there's a new weapon in the game, or there's a new location on the map yet. People don't want to see things the same way over and over and over again. And as far as mobile games go, most mobile games have some longevity behind them. COD Mobile, while it is I'll give credit where credit is due, it's a very great mobile game. Like, just how, like, it plays like a full version of a game on mobile. The opposite side of that is it gets stale very quickly.
Yes.
And compared to like Fortnite this season, where it started out a huge flooded map, and every week the water drained a little bit, and every week that the water drained, you had new locations to land at that got uncovered from the draining water. And that's extra content. It's not much, but it's something. And there's new challenges to do. So so, like, it spices it up a little bit more than COD, which you'll go for 3 or 4 seasons with the same shit.
Yep.
And it's just not even new guns, right? Like,
No, just
when
new
Vince
skins.
and I played the game, we said, oh, it'd be nice if a supply drop you could find, because you could find like a legendary sniper. Like, if you could find like a legendary pistol or a legendary AK-47 or something. Like something besides the legendary grenade launcher and the legendary sniper.
Yeah.
That was it. That's all that was in there. And it was just like boring at that point.
And Big thing about the games, if you're starting off streaming, don't pick the most popular games because that's going to put you down on the bottom rung on Twitch. And you like playing Fortnite, that's fine. You want to stream Fortnite, that's fine. But it's going to be hard to get your viewers in because you got to think. Look at you got Tfue, Ninja, all them.
Not Ninja anymore.
Not anymore. Probably if they change stuff, when he quits whining, he may go back. But Tfue.
And same with like League of Legends. You have like Tyler One and God, I can't remember any of the League of Legends pro players anymore. But all those pro teams for League of Legends, everybody on those pro teams individually they stream. So if a team is made up of 5 people, and you got like 10 pro teams, that's 50 people streaming that game that are already known and have notoriety.
Yeah.
And you're a nobody compared to them. You're a nobody.
It's like right now everybody's switched to Warzone, and you got Nick Merge, Tim the Tapman, all them. That's all they stream, and they're getting all the views. They're getting 20 to 60,000 people in there. So if you're doing something really popular and you only getting one, your availability to be noticed is like really, really non-existent.
Right, and not to start drama or anything, but it's okay to have a personal preference on streamers you like and don't like.
Yeah.
But don't definitely be like, it goes with clout chasing. Like, you can voice your opinion on a certain streamer, like a popular streamer, but like, and yes, this method will probably get you some notoriety, but like, is it the type of notoriety you want? There's people that are like no-name streamers, and they'll like go on Twitter and they'll just like do a whole tirade barrage of tweets about, oh, I don't like XYZ streamer, and then the streamer's fans will see that tweet, and then maybe that streamer will catch wind of it and mention you on stream, and then you get a whole flood of people.
Yep.
Is that the attention you want, though? I find it to be a cheap way of getting, because it's not sustainable either. Like,
nah.
So he mentioned your name once, you get some people watching your stream one night, maybe 2 nights, but it won't last more than a week. And like me personally, I love the doc. Obviously, I've made that very clear. I hate Tim the Tatman, but I'm not going to go tweeting out about Tim the Tatman and everything. I'm just like, if somebody asks me about it, I don't like him. I'm going to move on with it because I'm not trying to start some fucking clout war.
Right, because
that's
the easiest stuff to do because it only, just blast out a bunch of stuff on social media, and next thing you know, somebody's going to bring it up in his chat, and he's going to look at it, and like I said, and besides, like I said, you don't really want that. I don't, anyways.
Right.
Because
then people just look at you.
You're negative.
Oh, he's a clout chaser.
Yeah, negative clout chaser, just want to run his mouth, and
right.
That's just not who I am.
Tim the Tatman doesn't even have to respond to it, right? Like, say I did that. He doesn't even have to respond to it. He's already got the viewership, and he's already got the sponsorship deals, and he's already got all that. Like, he doesn't have to respond to it at all, right? So it's just making me look like an ass. If he doesn't respond to it, I just look like a dumbass.
Yeah.
And it cheapens my brand.
Yep.
To do it that way, like, and it's all about that segues us into branding. Like, you're building a brand when you're streaming. Like, whether you want that brand to be just lighthearted fun gaming, or you want that brand to be like serious speed running on games, trying to like get the world record on speed runs on games, but your brand is what people are gonna see, right? So what you put out there is what people are gonna see. So you want your brand to be something that when people see it, they're like, oh yeah, that's awesome. What do you want that brand to be? Oh yeah, I heard that guy's just a clout chaser. He just fucking talks shit to get people, yeah, he clout chased Tim the Tatman, and then he went after Ninja, and then he went after Doc, and like that's the only reason he has the followers he has.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you want that to be your brand? Like, you want to cheapen your brand to that point? Like, I don't think so. Like, you just don't.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, because at the end of the day, make sure you pick your stream name that you want. Start building on that name, and start trying to be try to make it because everybody's goal, you know, deep down they want to be up there. They want to be up the rung. Maybe get some endorsement deals, stuff like that. Me, like I said, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it is what it is. I'm still going to do it. But
Go ahead.
like I said, when it comes to branding, and always remember, streaming, you don't necessarily have to play games all the time. Like we're not playing now. We're streaming on Twitch. We're doing a podcast and just chatting. That's Twitch is that's what it's turning into anymore to me. It ain't a gaming channel. It's more of a just chatting channel. But do what you want to do. If you want to play music, play music. Got to watch the copyright. If you want to just draw on people, paint or whatever, it ain't always about the video games. This is probably how it started, but it's evolved from there. So if you want to build your brand of what you want to do. Like me, I can hook up a camera if I can ever get my Wi-Fi or out there. Turn on the Forge, put my Anvil out front, and I can just stream blacksmithing all day long. Do I want to be known for that?
What you've been wanting you to do.
I know. I'm working on it still. It's a lot of hiccups here right now. But I could do that and be known as the blacksmith streamer, but do I want to be known as that? Not really. That's why I don't do it, because it's hot. It's a lot of work, and you don't want to see me cussing, carrying on, throw tools on the stream. So,
but also at the same time, it's something you can do. Like, you can, like Mike was saying, he doesn't want to be known for that, but at the same time, if he decides if he gets kinks worked out, that's something he could do on a Friday night or something, right?
Yeah.
Like Friday night smithing or something, and then that's just that one night thing, and it becomes a regular staple of the channel, and people, but he's not doing it exclusively. Like
right.
He does what he can on that one Friday night. He might not even finish that blade on that one night. He might take him till next week to finish that blade, and he'll finish it. But having a variety like that also breaks up the monotony. If people are so used to coming to your stream and you're only doing Fortnite every time, having a just chatting stream I think breaks up a little bit of monotony for people, and it's a good way to engage with your community as well, right? Like I've done nights where I just stream watching YouTube videos, and it gives me a lot more time to talk to my chat, and I can, they can also give input. Hey, you should watch this video. Oh, okay, I'll watch the video. So you want to grow your brand and you want to be known for something, but don't be afraid to experiment, so to speak.
Right.
As long as you don't make it, you don't change your brand overnight. Like, I'm a Fortnite streamer and I'm happy-go-lucky, and then you change to, I'm a super serious Tarkov player. Go fuck yourself. Like, that's gonna throw people off, and it's gonna seem very disingenuous, and they're just not gonna want to deal with it, right? So it's a balancing act, but
it
is. Experiment.
It is, and when you do experiment, expect to not have the viewers you have all the time, because like we said, certain people want to watch certain things. So if you stream Fortnite for the last 6 months and that's all you've done, and you started to switch to Warzone or Tarkov or whatever you decide to switch to, the people that's been coming in, a lot of them may not be with that stream, and you may have to get that back on social media. Hey guys, because if they followed you, a lot of times streamers, if you're streaming, they're going to follow you on your social media if they're constant. So hey, we're back on Fortnite tonight, guys. Might want to, they'll come back. But if you decide to switch over completely, don't be afraid to lose some viewers, though, because some people just want to watch you play Fortnite. Some people want to watch you play Apex. Because I play Apex, I get more people in that want to watch that. If I would play Fortnite, I get totally different people. It's how it is. People want to watch certain things. A lot of people watch the streamer for the streamer. A lot of people come in and watch for the games. It's a balancing act, and you'll never get it right.
Your regulars will always come to see you.
Right.
But your other people, they just want to know what game you're playing, and it's all the game that you aren't playing. So don't be, like he said, don't be discouraged when you switch to another game for a night or two and you have less viewership, because that's just the way it is, man. Like, okay, you could have 20 viewers when you're playing Fortnite, and then 3 viewers when you're just doing a just chatting sort of
Yeah.
situation. The people that do just chatting streams all the time, like that get thousands of viewers, they've probably been doing it for a long time.
Probably the only thing they've done.
And that brings me to, oh my god, recently there's been a lot of streamers. I'm not, gender doesn't matter,
Nope.
but these happen to be female individuals treating their fan base like shit, more or less, acting like they're entitled to a subscription fee. Like, you've been watching me for 6 hours, and some of you haven't even fucking subscribed to me. You're too poor to fucking, like, just belittling your audience and like demanding they subscribe to you is easily on the top list of my fucking pet peeves. But
Yes.
also the fact that you think you're entitled. You're not, when you're streaming, you're not entitled to somebody's money just because they're watching you. You're putting yourself out openly on the internet. They don't owe you money. Like, you don't act like your viewers owe you anything. Always make it like Mike says, never required, always appreciated, never expected, always appreciated.
Yep.
Right?
No, say that nightly.
It's never required. He's never expecting it. But hey, you want to drop some stars on him? Drop some stars on him. He'll appreciate it. He'll tell you how much he appreciates it. But when you start fucking barking and demanding, calling your viewers poor pieces of shit, and just like going on about it, like, at some level, it gets to a very disgusting. And yes, I've used this example because it has been some female streamers in the recent past that have, and people still tune into them. That's what I don't get. And that brings me to a whole new, like, level of, like, I don't understand it. Like, like, this streamer is like, okay, it's a bit of a, here's my thought, and it's branching off. I've already done that once, but I'm going to do it again.
Yep.
It's part of why I've left Twitch. Let me tell you why. I'm not trying to trash on Twitch, but this is where it's gotten. Okay? These women think they are owed this stuff, right? Yeah, these women. I said it. I'm sorry, it's women. Anyways, and so they get these, so they just trash on their viewers. They trash on their chat. And Twitch does nothing about it. I mean, they call their chat names. They insult them. It's, I mean, by textbook cyberbullying at the very least, which is against Twitch TOS. But since they are bigger streamers or female streamers or maybe a combination of them, they don't get any action taken against them. Meanwhile, if I was on stream and I accidentally dropped a, not even, I don't even want to say racial slur, let's just say I inadvertently offended one of my viewers somehow, and they reported me, I'd get a 3-day ban or some shit, just for something simple.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, these people can sit there and just attack their chats and attack the people watching them and call them names and just be hateful and spit malice, and nothing happens to them. Nothing happens to them. And that's part of why I moved from Twitch to Facebook, and Ronan moved, and that was part of it too. But like, at the same time, like, the political atmosphere on Twitch is getting very suffocating, I would say. It's very they're moving in more of a censorship sort of way.
Yeah.
And it's a very ugly feeling to me, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I feel the same way because, like I said, at the end of the day, when you go on and you see somebody just sitting there in a little tube top and little shorty shorts, don't put the effort in like we do. Not
Nope.
saying I expect anything, but we got our overlays, we got our transitions, we got our screens. We try everything we can to make this look as professional as we can from the standards as has been set from the top streamers on down, just to make it look good for people coming in. Like, man, these guys put a lot of effort in. They're really wanting to do this. They just got a camera, a laptop, a little camera, and that's it. And they're sitting there just like, oh, look at me. Hi, everybody. Give me money. I got a problem with that.
You didn't even. I wasn't. You just triggered me so fucking hard. I wasn't even talking about titty streamers, and now you got me on titty streamers, and I'm about to fucking do a whole rant on titty streamers. Like, alright, like Mike said, you want to fucking hang your fucking tits out and wear your little booty shorts, and like accidentally you stand up and you say, I dropped something, and you bend over with
Right.
your ass up there like that, and you're like, ah. Yeah, no, that's not content. You're appealing to one type of people. You're appealing to these fucking simp ass bastards who think if they donate to you, they might have a chance of sleeping with you. It's not content.
No.
You're just. I'm sorry if that's like not politically correct, but you're a cam girl.
Yep.
That's what you are. There's plenty of other sites you can do. You know what? Go make yourself an OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
You'll make way more money, and you don't have to like. And then I don't have to compete with you, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to compete with your fucking booty ass shorts and your cleavage that's up to your fucking nose. Like I don't have to do
you get
that.
30,000 people just sitting there drooling, and we're over here trying to be, create good content and struggle to get 5 people in. It's fucking ridiculous.
Right. I hate tit streamers. And in the past, Twitch has said, oh yeah, we're going to do something against it. We're going to like make changes. And then they make changes, and then you know what happens? Then these titty streamers scream sexist. And you're
Right,
sexist,
right. Oh my God.
And then Twitch is forced to revert their statement. And they're like, okay, well, I guess you can still wear spaghetti straps with push-up bras and booty shorts because we don't want to be sexist.
Or
but at the same time,
sitting in a hot tub and with little G-string bikinis on. No, you're not trying to push anything there. No, you're just relaxing. I understand what you're doing.
Right, doing yoga.
Yeah.
Yoga, and they're like,
right.
Legs are behind their heads, and their fucking privates are facing straight into the camera, and they're like, this is some dog over heaven pose. It's
right.
So easy, and they're gyrating their hips just to, like, for no reason. They're just doing it, and like, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? I didn't go to Pornhub. I came to Twitch.
Right.
Why is this happening?
Yeah, why is this happening? Why is this content?
Next, you're gonna say, "Oh no, I'm stuck in this position," and then your boyfriend's gonna come in and dress as the mailman, and you're gonna be like, "I'm stuck, help me!" And then and then you're gonna say, "Subscribe to my OnlyFans to see what happens next." Like,
Yep.
Stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
You can't have it one way and have it both. You can't cry sexism when you're out there just flopping your titties all over the place. Sorry, it don't work like that.
And then you can't scream sexism when somebody's joining. Like, you can't, like, someone joins your stream and comments about your using your feminine body. If they say, "Oh, nice tits," you can't get offended by that.
No,
like, that's the product you're pushing towards them.
Right.
You're pushing your tits towards them. If they come in and say nice tits, you can't be like, I am very offended that you said that, and you're not even a subscriber, so can you say that to me? Like,
as you're wearing the
so
lowest...
if I'm a subscriber, I can objectify you. If I'm not a subscriber, I can't objectify you. Is that what you're like? That's the line?
Yeah, right.
So your value, you value your body at $5 per person is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Like,
that's...
Have some self-respect, show a little bit of fucking class, and do content that people want to watch. Like, I say I hate... No, that's Vince's argument. But you know what? People don't want to watch it because it's quality content. People want to watch it because it's boobies and asses, and that's not quality. I like your boobies.
And here's the thing about
I
that
like
too.
your boobies.
So my boob.
And this is what I don't understand about that.
No,
This has always been the biggest question for me.
You wouldn't support me.
I wouldn't
Is
support you being a tit streamer. No.
no.
Go ahead, Mike.
Because at the end of the day, why would you spend $4.99, let's say $5, make it easy saying,
Every
on
day.
something
before
like
I come
that
in,
when
I'm gonna sit on the computer wearing something that my chi-chis hang out of.
Mike's trying to talk and I can't hear him.
Well, I'm talking to you.
You can't hear Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
and maybe get a shout out like, oh, thanks for the sub, or oh, thanks for the donation, stuff like that, when you're never going to touch them, right? But yet you can Google naked chicks all day long. You can watch porn for free all day long on the internet, but yet you want to spend your time on Twitch to watch somebody shake their little ass and throw money at them for no apparent reason. They're the kind of guys that think stripper loves them when they go to strip clubs.
That's what I'm saying. They're simps.
Exactly.
A simp is somebody who thinks because they do something for a woman, for a woman, that woman's gonna sleep with them. That's not how it works.
It don't. It really don't.
You sub to her for $4.99. She's never gonna sleep with you.
She don't even know who you are.
And I know Vince's argument is. Oh well, there's definitely, obviously, a demographic for it. People are watching. Okay. There was, back in World War II, there was a demographic of people that believed in killing Jews. Did that make it right? Did that make it okay? Of course it didn't. And I know that's an extreme example, but there's plenty of other places on the internet you can get fucking porn, and a lot more.
Yes.
It's not they show their everything on these other sites for free, for nothing, literally nothing.
Yeah, I know.
And you have just as much chance sleeping with one of those porn actresses as you do that titty streamer.
Yeah,
just as much chance.
It's ridiculous, man. It's bugged me ever since I actually averted my eyes onto a stream before just to see what everybody was so crazy about. What it was, this little chubby chick wearing these little sports bra and shorts doing this little TikTok dance. I'm like, and they're throwing money at her. I'm like, wow, what is this supposed to be, and why is this happening, and why is this on a thing that's supposed to be for gaming content?
Right, or not even gaming content, just content.
Just content in general, not.
It's even in the terms of service that you're not supposed to be sexual, and
it's like the SM whatever floppy crappy whispering stuff. They claim it's not sexual.
SMR.
So, yeah. I can never remember because I really don't. So why do they dress up like French maids and stuff like that, and have it look like ears, and they're kissing on ears and stuff? If that's not supposed to be sexual,
I'm sure there's a certain sexual aspect to it, but you can do ASMR and not dress up as like you said, a French maid, or you can just dress regular clothes and eat a pickle. That's
or not
fine.
even have a camera on.
I don't understand.
It's supposed to be for the sound.
You can do it.
Yeah.
But why do you gotta dress like a whore to do it?
Exactly. That's always been I thought about doing it just to see, just to prove a point. I'm gonna say that. Is this sexual or not? Let's see.
And I'm saying the word whore, and I'm not saying it to be derogatory. It's just because not all women are whores at all, and not all, but there's also men that are whores. But
yeah,
when you're acting a certain way, mainly for attention and money, I'm gonna probably call you a whore. If you're dressed, if there was a guy on stream and he was shirtless with really tight underwear to show his bulge, and he was oiling his body up and stuff, he'd be a whore too.
Yeah, because he's doing it for simple fact he's trying to exploit his body for money.
Right, he's exploiting his body to get women all hot and bothered, to get money out of it.
Right.
You're a whore. The difference between a slut and a whore is a whore charges, right? Or so I've been told. I don't know. A man is a slut if he sleeps with 50 women a year. He's a slut.
Yep.
He didn't get anything out of it. A woman's a slut if she sleeps with a 15-minute year. It's the same thing. There's no. I know in society there's a double standard about it. I
Yep.
get that, but like to me, there's no double standard there.
Nah.
A whore charges, a slut does not. Like, and a man can be a whore and a slut, and a woman can be a whore and a slut. Like, it's both ways.
Is Bonnie trying to get you some clout going over there?
Yeah, don't do that. Sorry, I was talking. Anyways, that was a whole tangent Mike
Yeah,
didn't mean to get me off on.
Well, it's the underlying fact that nobody talks about on Twitch. You know, that's the one thing everybody talks about how to grow on Twitch, all these YouTube videos, but they never do the underlying thing that stops a lot of people from growing, because a lot of females on here are exploiting themselves to try to get and not doing anything. So it kind of makes you feel like, why am I doing this when they got 50,000 people over there and they're just sitting there like, oh, look at me.
No.
And you're over here trying to, do this 300-meter snipe and try to win this game and and you spend all this effort. Next thing you know, it's like, why? Which that kind of goes into my point of, take streaming lightly, because if you have any form of like depression or anything, it can really get to you.
Yeah, you don't want to take it too seriously, that's for sure. And in the past, I have taken it seriously, in the way that like, I felt like if I don't fucking stream tonight, like, oh my god, and like I freak out about it, and now like if I miss a night, I'm like, yeah, it sucks that I missed that night, but like at the same time, I'm like gonna like end my life over it.
Right.
And to touch on what Mike's saying is, you do your best, you're trying to hit that 300 snipe, and then you go to that channel that has like 3,000 viewers of a Twitch streamer, let's say, and so I've done it before, and I've investigated, and like, you've been streaming for a year, and you've clicked their channel, they started like a month ago.
Right.
A month ago.
Right.
And they got
they're already partnered.
3,000 viewers, 5,000 subs. Like, their channel is just like zooming, and you don't have any of that. And if you take that, I mean, you can have a view and a stance on it and be against it, as I am. But if you let it like bother you and fester under your skin, it's
not good for you.
It'll get to a point where you feel like, oh, why should I even turn on my stream?
Right.
And again, then you're not streaming for the right reasons. Anyways, you shouldn't be stream because you have fun, and stream because you enjoy the community, and stream because, hey, I'm already playing the game anyways. Why wouldn't I stream anyways? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that also goes back to when you first start. It goes back to the point you made earlier. When we first start streaming, you're not going to have a lot of people in here unless all your friends come in every night. So if you're going to 0 to 1 person, don't let it bother you, because everybody starts out that way. Unless you're the admin streamer we've been talking about, that within a month they've already partnered because they do it the wrong way, but they're protected, so who cares? So if you're only going 0 to 1 and it's starting getting depressing to you, you need to take a step back and really evaluate what you're doing, because it can bother you. Most nights it don't, but every once in a while I'll look over, man, I ain't got nobody here. I've been on an hour, and might as well just turn it off, because you gotta take a step back. You gotta take a break. You gotta take a day off. You can't do it every day. I mean, it'll get to you after a while. It does me anyways.
Yep. And me and Mike have a schedule usually where we stream. For me, I know I try to do Monday to Friday, and then he does like, well, at least when he was on Twitch last, I knew he'd do like 3 to 4 days in the week, and then he'd stream on the weekend, whereas I don't stream on the weekend at all. Like, yeah. Saturday and Sunday, maybe sometimes Sunday night I will if I miss a day in the week. But I also have an agreement with my significant other that I don't stream on the weekends unless I ask, right? Yep. Because that weekend time is not only to give me a break from streaming, but spend time with her and the kids at night, because that's just what it is. Especially with school coming back up, the kids will be at school all day and everything else. So it gives us that weekend time together. and you want to have time for yourself, as Mike was saying. You need time for yourself.
Yeah.
Like you said, if you go all week and you had one viewer all week for whatever, you had a bad week, and you're just like, oh, why? Like, what did I do wrong? Like, last week on Facebook, I had like maybe 2 viewers
Yeah.
max, like that whole like, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then like just what we streamed Monday together,
Yep.
and I had like 7 viewers.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I don't know what I did differently. I didn't do anything differently.
yeah,
really
you'll
to speak
never
of.
you'll never know why, but I just want everybody to make sure that just take care of yourself mentally on that, because you don't want to get depressed about it. At the end of the day, you got random people coming in just watching you. I mean, and just take care of yourself mentally on it. Don't get depressed. Don't let it get to you. It's going to happen, because there's days that I stream, I got nobody. I mean, not Alan's got something going on. You're busy. Everybody's just busy with their life, which life is happening. I hold it against nobody. But I'll go 2 hours like nobody's here, nobody's chatting. I'll just turn it off, and that's it for my stream. But the next day, like you said, next day you may have 10 people just pop in randomly, or everybody's freed up and see you're on. It's going to happen. This is a grind. At the end of the day, it's a grind. You got to grind it out. You got to get your name out there. You got to learn how to use social media, stuff like that. TikTok, if it don't go away, it's kind of good. I don't know if anybody's ever came over from TikTok to any of my streams. I don't think so, but
And that's kind of a really good point to leave the podcast on. Mike said it best. All in all, we've talked about everything, right? And it's about choosing why you want to stream, doing your setup, all that. But at the end of the day, it comes down to when you are streaming, take care of yourself. Like, don't get too lost in it. Every day is a new day.
Yep.
Don't let the day before be a downer for this day. Know that it's okay to have a life outside of streaming. It's all about what do I want to say? It's all about, if you're not happy, it's going to reflect on your stream.
Yeah, it is. If you're having a bad night, or you're having anything going on that and you don't really want to do it, you're not gonna. It's gonna come out, and you're gonna people popping in that's random. So you're like, man, he's just down and kind of a grumpy asshole. I ain't gonna come back here. So just always try to stay positive and always try to be yourself. At the end of the day, be yourself. If you want to be a persona, that's fine, but just make sure it's still true to you. And don't try to copy anybody else, because there's one on Facebook that he's trying to be like Doc and trying to turn it up a notch. I'm like, man, I just don't like it, so I don't watch him.
Right. And on that note, I think I gotta end it there. But if you guys have any questions, you can find us on Facebook, Thunder Ronin, or myself. You can ask questions on there if you've watched this whole podcast and you're like, oh, I want to know more. Feel free to stop in and say hi to us.
Yep. Or comment on the video. We're on all the social media.
This is going to be on my Twitch and on my YouTube. But,
yep.
I'm actually probably going to ask Mike if I can get his copy of it, because I like your layout better and it all looks the same. Like, it all sounds the same. But
yep.
So I was going to ask, I'll probably have you, once you upload it to YouTube, I'll probably just download it and re-upload it.
That's fine.
To my channel.
You probably
it'll be on our YouTubes. You can jump over to our Facebooks. Probably don't go to Twitch to contact us, because I don't check my Twitch that often, so I wouldn't see a message if you sent me.
Yeah, and we're on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I don't know if Jay is.
I am, but I don't use it. I'm more of a Twitter guy.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to, if you want to top in and watch us, that's fine too.
Yep. Ask away. More than happy to help.
That concludes it for me. Next week it'll be a different topic we're bringing up. This week was like chatting.
Yep.
Kind
of the first run trying to get everything.
If you guys have a suggestion for our new, next week's topic, put it in the comments below.
Yep.
We will look at the comments, come to our stream and give us suggestions. On that note, I'm gonna bounce out of here like right now-ish because my significant other wants to go do something, and we've already been going for 2 hours.
Yep,
And
it's going.
I enjoy doing it though.
Yep,
and
always
I
fun.
look forward to next week.
Yes, sir.
Any closing statements, Mike?
Nope, like I said, at the end of the day, we're going to have more stuff coming up. Like I said, this is just a rough format. First one doing it. It's going to get better as we go. And like I said, if you guys got any suggestions, let us know. Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, drop us a line. We will get it going. And like I said, it's just going to get better from here. That's for me. I appreciate it, brother.
Mike, Ronan, I will see you tomorrow. I'll be streaming.
All right, we're going, brother. Yeah, good night, brother.
Later, man.
Yep. Oh, look, there's two of me. Hi, everybody. I appreciate everybody being here. It's been a long time since I've been on Twitch. I know it. That's kind of disturbing seeing two of me. But you know what? It's double the sexy thunder. Enjoy it while you can. Like I said, it's the first podcast. We just doing just chatting. Just trying to. It wasn't really formatted that good. We're going to get better. Flipped. I seen you earlier. Dark, brother. What's going on? Yeah, double thunder. Double sexy beast. Like I said, I wasn't really going to on the chat wise because, like I said, it's more of a podcast, and really didn't want to, but we wanted to do it on Twitch so it'd be out there too. So this is going to be up on our YouTubes. I'll put the links in my Discord and on all of my social media and all that stuff. This is disturbing. Let's do that. That's better. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't stop seeing me. So guys, like I said, we appreciate everybody being here. This is probably a Wednesday night Twitch thing. And until Twitch gets mad at us for bashing them and seeing the Facebooks up here, screw them. But yeah, like I said, if you guys got anything you want us to talk about, we're more than happy to. As with that, as my good bloody JJ Blasphemy Games said, it's going to be it for me. Be back tomorrow night on the Facebook. We'll be playing some more Fortnite, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Blast probably on a little early, like I said, different time zone. Flipped, Dark, whoever else is here. Even though I'm not here, this is going to be a Wednesday thing. Consider hitting that follow. And like I said, supporting the stream always goes a long way. Dark, brother. Flip. Y'all have a good night. Always make your ancestors proud and have an awesome night.